Hi guys, I'm really hoping it's going to work, sorry. We've been trying to get Hannah onto our Be Live system that we use to do our interviews, but it's not working. So I'm sat in my partner's rig room. As you can see, there's like all computer stuff up here and shit pictures on the wall. And I'm hoping that Hannah is going to be able to join me on here. I'm still looking at the computer screen like she's going to join me on there, but clearly she's not because we've tried that. So just bear with me uno momentito and can I add her in? Hang on. No viewers to invite yet. So, add viewers. Right, where is she? Miss Hannah. So I've invited her, so we'll just wait here now for her. Ah, I can't even see my screen now. There I am. So sorry that you're just hanging around watching me, and I'd much prefer you to be kind of there, but that means I've got to hold you, and that's not ideal for my arms, is it? She's desperately trying to still get on to the Be Live, but hopefully she'll see this notification. I'm going to go in my bedroom, maybe switch the light on, then I can prop you up. Right, oh no. Let me put you... Hey Kirsty! I'm just trying to prop you up somewhere because this is not our usual setup, but I'm really... oh, hang on, she's just messaged me again. So if I stay on here, hang on, bear with me. I've sent you an invite. Go into the group. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So the Be Live that we usually use is it's all hooked up to Facebook and everything. And actually now I believe you can use it in groups, because after all the privacy things they changed it and they said that you weren't allowed to use it in groups, but now you can. But you need to have good internet, and you can't use it on your phone. So you have to have quite a fast laptop as well. It won't work on my laptop, so I have to use my partner's like big setup that he's got, that he does. He's a gamer, so it's quite fast broadband we've got here, but it's really frustrating that you can't use it on your phone. I'm not a big fan of doing Facebook Lives on here. Facebook interviews, sorry, on here. I think they look better in Be Live, and if it's free, why shouldn't we use it? So I don't know if any of you watching, please say hi, tell me who's watching, because I can't see who's watching, whereas if I'm on Be Live I can. And if you don't already know Hannah, or if you do know Hannah, I can see you on the group but no invite. Request to join. Excuse me while I get close and I message her. Request to join the video. Or maybe I can now invite her. Hannah, are you actually watching me? Because I'm going to invite you again. I'm going to try every which way to get Hannah into the group, into the video. Hi Louise, hi Kirsty. Thank you for bearing with me. It's so frustrating. This is another reason why I don't like doing it in Facebook, because Facebook takes like forever to catch up. So you guys have probably been watching for like 2 or 3 minutes, but I'm only just getting the hi and the heya, and I'm sending things to Hannah and she's not getting them on time. Oh, this is so frustrating. Hannah, can you request to join, honey? Request to be in your break yet? You can add them in at any point. I've sent you invites and the request to join is on as well. And I can't actually request anybody to join in because there's no viewers to invite yet, apparently, although I've seen that there are viewers watching. How frustrating is this? This is definitely a video that I'll be downloading and cutting the beginning off. So if you do know Hannah, ask her, put some questions in the comments for when she does eventually get online. Oh, Mon's still here. Mon's probably going, hee 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 hee, it's not just me who has technical issues. She doesn't sound like that, by the way. That wasn't me doing an impersonation of her. I'm going to invite you again, Hannah. Hannah's getting annoyed. I'm inviting you. I've invited you 3 times. This was like Hannah's big moment. She's been looking forward to it for so long. Can anybody else who's watching request to join out of interest? Do you have a request to join option? Because I've turned it on. Let me know in the comments below. Add viewers to your broadcast, Hannah. I don't know where the notification comes to, Hannah. I really don't. I would imagine it pops up as you're watching the video, that it should come up and say, and then there's a green button, I think, that you press join, because I've invited you in. Maybe they'll all come up at the same time. So Kirsty's sent a request to join. I could approve Kirsty. Kirsty, you may be on here in a minute. So there is a request to join option. Han, you've got to find it, chicken. Find it. And Monica can. Come on, Hannah. We're rooting for you. Find the request to join button, Hannah. Otherwise, it's just me doing a rambling monologue, which I'm quite good at. Ah, Louise can't. Why not? Can somebody put in the comments below how Hannah can find the request to join button? Because obviously I'm from the opposite side of the screen. And Monica and Kirsty, I've got your request to join. And I still can't. She's trying. Oh, man. The other thing that happened when we tried to get Hannah on the Be Live, that I could see her and I could hear it, but there was so much white noise. It's a smile at the bottom near the smile faces, Hannah. It's disappeared now. Oh my God, Monica, it's probably disappeared for you because you've already requested. Come on, Hannah. I'm waiting for my red notification to turn to number 3 because I've got 2 requests in there already. Are you on your phone or are you on your laptop? It might be easier on your phone. I suspect that everybody who's watching is on their phone. I like that this is a group effort as well. Well done, ladies. This is so funny. I am on a time limit, by the way, Hannah. I do want to go to bed tonight at some point. You know, like 10ish would be good. If we can do it before then. Just, am I on now? No, it looks like a picture attachment, sort of, sort of button. Oh, you on your phone? Just to the right. Just to the right of the comment button, Hannah. Can you see the comment button? I don't know whether it's the same on Android and iPhone. But no, your request. I've done that. Why can't it? You've got no requests. And why can't I add you in? Right, Hannah, I'm inviting you again. See if anything pops up on the screen in front of you. Invited. Right. I'm going to give you another minute and I might be bringing... Ah! I've got number 3. I've got a number 3. She's done it! She's done it! She's done it! Adding. Yay!
Connect.
Yay! Oh my God!
And breathe.
Man, I need to plug my phone in.
Yeah. Also, my battery may die at some point. What am I on?
Oh my goodness.
That's
That
hilarious.
was falling over now. That was like really annoying me.
But it was a group effort. Everybody got you on.
Me. I was literally in here screaming, going, bloody technology! It's crazy.
But you're here.
I am. I literally am so excited now.
For those of you who've never met Hannah before, not only is she gorgeous, she is a multi-passionate, multi-talented lady when we first met Hannah 4 years ago, um, she bought a nail salon in Bingham. I don't know how
Yep.
long you'd had it for actually. Was it quite new? I feel like it was quite new to you.
Well, I actually
Or-
took over the salon because it used to be
Yeah.
around the corner, and I took that over in 2010.
Oh, okay. So you've had it for 4 years.
I had it for 4 years, although I really classed when I actually had the business, when I actually moved it to its new location, because the old building was, it was just like full of problems from day one. I never made any money from the whole time I was there. And I was just like, I can't carry on like this. So it was either close it or move because the overheads were too high. So I moved it to where it is now. So I never looked back. And that was 4.5 years ago now.
And I remember you coming to an event of ours with the Mary Murta, the
Yes.
press release lady. And
Yes.
am I right in thinking that that meeting gave you the impetus to start your second business?
Yes. So I specialise in semi-permanent eyelashes, and I've been doing those for about 9 years now. And it was always sort of a dream and ambition of mine to set up my own lash training business and lash training company, mainly because I could see there were so many flaws in the way that it was being done, the way it was being trained, the substandard products that were on the market. But obviously, the timing was just always against me. With I was getting married, then I had to move the salon. There was always something. But yeah, going to that Mary Murtaugh talk was fantastic. Really, she really gave me the confidence. So I just literally came out of there buzzing and set up Vanity Lash, pretty much.
Within literally like the next day, she was like, "That's it, I'm doing it." And
Yeah,
then
it
and
was
then you
pretty
put
much like that.
see, I mean, I feel like I know you quite well, and you are one of these ladies that, and I think I may be slightly the same, that if you get that idea into your head, it's hard to stop you from doing it. You're just going to run with the idea.
Yeah,
So I feel
yeah,
like you had you'd had the idea for ages. That at that meeting, we had to write our own headlines, didn't we? And she
yeah,
tweaked yours, and you were like, that's it, it's possible. And
yeah.
so not only did you start Vanity Lash, you which is you lashing,
Yeah,
as
my
I call
lashing,
it,
yeah.
you're lashing, but you train people to do it as well.
Yeah.
Did you franchise? Did you go down the franchise route?
No, not yet. Because again, do you know what? I feel really frustrated with Vanity Lash, to be honest with you. I know that it's a really good business model. Because I went to the trade shows and they cost thousands of pounds. They
Yes.
literally break me. They literally break me. It really is a case of, do you like pay for your Wi-Fi or do you eat? Like it really is like that because you're putting everything into it. But I've done like 3 business trade shows at the NEC and one at Excel in London. And I think after going to the last show in London, I realised that I was just jogging after something that was sprinting. And I just knew that I was never going to be able to catch up with the big boys unless I put loads of money into it. And Vanity Lash is organically grown. I've never had a business loan for anything. I've literally just like scraped my money and just put it back into it.
Yeah.
And I just realised that I was just going to keep ploughing money into something that wasn't quite going to work. So I decided to sort of franchise out into salons. But unfortunately, and that's been put on the back burner because obviously I've been opening up the boutique, which I'm sure you'll come on to later.
Yeah.
So
But
there's
that
just always a something in the way, and there's only one of me, so it's quite tricky. But it's Cheryl Wiley. She's helped me do the contract. I've got the brochures done. I've got all the products. It's ready to go. It's ready to go. I just need to
it's
give it a
just
bit
having
more.
the time and
Absolutely,
the drive to push it, isn't it? Because
absolutely.
as you've just touched on, so that was business number 2, and then business number 3 came along, which was
Yeah,
a slight diversion.
yeah, just a bit.
Well, 3 and 4 came in quick succession, but let's touch on number 3 first. It was almost like we knew you had this dream, but then the opportunity just arose, and you're like, it's the time.
Yeah. So yeah, tipsy. It's just like it's a bit out there really. So my new partner Chris, he basically had, well, we'd seen a horse box bar, and I was like, oh yeah, no, I love that idea. I've got horses myself. I love Prosecco. And then he just literally bought this trailer. Off we went to Hull. He bought it on eBay, and that was it. And we brought it back, and I was like, right, best make a business
Hang
out
on,
of it.
just go back a bit. So
Yeah.
he was looking on eBay at horse boxes with the idea of a business in mind, or with the idea of putting a horse in it?
No, not the idea of putting a horse in it. So I will rewind. So we went to quite a lot of like country fairs, agricultural shows, the first summer we were together, which was 2016. And because he's got his own business as well, so quite business minded. And we kept seeing like all these food and drink trucks. And he was like, oh, you know, we should do this. And I was like, I'm not doing food. I will definitely give someone food poisoning. So I was like, oh, and then I saw this horse box with Prosecco, and I was like, yeah, brilliant. You know, I would definitely do that. He obviously then got the idea in his head, and he kept sort of showing me pictures. I was a little bit like, oh yeah, babe, whatever. Yeah. The next thing he just rang me up on the Thursday. I remember it. On the Thursday, it was before Good Friday, and he was like, oh, you never guess what? We've won that horse box. We're off to Hull on Easter Sunday. So we did so that was last year, last Easter, and came back, and I was like, right, well, best make a business out of it. So we did.
And I mean, for those of you who weren't at the birthday party last year, I call Tipsy a she. She's clearly a she. She looks stunning. And you were at Beaver Castle yesterday, weren't you? And
yeah,
even though she looked tiny against the backdrop, she just looked perfect. So if anybody has a wedding or any kind of event coming up, a little bit of promotion for Hannah, go and check out the Tipsy trailer, because she looks, and everybody will be like, oh wow, that's so cool. And so how is the promotion going on that? What's been the hardest part of, because you're used to beauty, you're used to nails and lashes, so you've gone into alcohol.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it was actually quite nice to do something a little bit different from the beauty industry. You know, so I got my alcohol license, and then, you know what, the whole branding is my favourite part, because I did that with Vanity Lash. The salon was already called the Vanity Rooms when I took it over, so Vanity Lash just sort of flowed, and then coming up with the name. But Wendy Walker has absolutely excelled herself with the branding of Tipsy. I do have to say, it's amazing. And then, I would say the hardest part with Tipsy would probably be getting into the events, getting bookings, because it's, you know, when you actually start looking at horse box trailers and horse box bars, there is a lot out there. And I really wanted to give it a different look. I didn't want it to be the vintage shabby chic with the bunting. Don't get me wrong, I love it. My salon is vintage and shabby chic, but I didn't want it to be the same as all the others. So my friend's an interior designer, so we went down the glitz route.
No, and it looks fabulous. So when did you officially launch Tipsy? Was it before Christmas?
It was August. It was August last year. Yeah. And Chris and I did the whole refit ourselves, about killed each other in the process. But he sort of did all the, you know, all the fixtures and fittings. The only thing that we did get done professionally was obviously electrics, and the spray job. But other than that, everything in that trailer we've done ourselves.
So then obviously by like January, you're getting itchy feet, because you've got 3 businesses.
Well, actually, I must be bonkers. I'd have to say that. So, right. So going back to sort of, it must have been about June time last year. So we're getting Tipsy ready, and I heard that the charity shop below my salon was coming available. So I contacted my landlord. Well, there's a few reasons behind it. One, I needed to safeguard the salon first and foremost. The salon is my bread and butter, without a shadow of a doubt. And the last thing I wanted was either another salon or anything of conflict of interest beneath the salon. Wouldn't be a good idea. And I've always known, obviously, because I, you know, serve a lot of the women in Bingham, I know that we were all crying out for a clothes shop, and it just went hand in hand. So I negotiated the lease, and to be fair, I'm saying all negotiated the lease. It took a lot of long, hard thinking about, because you know, obviously having a commercial property is like having a mortgage. Anybody who's got a commercial property out there, you are fully responsible for it. You know, if anything happens to it, it's not like a rented house where the landlord comes and fixes it. If a toilet breaks, I've got to fix it. I'm just saying the toilet, don't really know why I said that. Just like,
you don't need to use it.
Exactly. I thought it'd be quite an expensive thing to fix. You know, and then but obviously, you know, I was weighing it up because we were just getting tipsy going. Well, it wasn't even ready yet. I'm thinking, am I taking on too much? But having a good long hard think about it, I thought I'd be bonkers not to. I did my numbers, I worked it all out, and I thought, let's just give it a crack. But obviously, again, with a commercial lease, you're not just signed into it for a couple of months. You're signed into it for years. So it was a bit of a big commitment. But yeah, so I got the keys at the end of January.
And opened in March, wasn't it?
4 weeks ago, yeah.
Yeah, end of March.
4
and
weeks
it's
ago.
going really well.
It's
I
going
mean,
really, really well.
it suits you to a T. The van. So we've got vanity. We've got the vanity rooms. We've got vanity lash, and this is just the vanity. Is it just called vanity? Vanity boutique. Vanity
Boutique.
Yeah.
So vanity boutique. In all fairness, this has been an idea that's been on my mind for a number of years now. And I remember sitting across the road at the cafe, the Pitch Cafe across the road, and I said, if that charity shop ever comes available, I'm having it. And it was going to be called Vanity Boutique. I always sort of knew that. The branding of it, I wasn't really sure about. So in comes Wendy again. I bet she was like, oh God, what is she doing now? And again, Wendy has again excelled herself with it. It looks so classy, so beautiful. Yeah, so it's been open, 4.5 weeks now.
And it looks like it's going really well. You're all over Instagram with it. And Facebook, so, and you're the model trying all the clothes on.
Not quite sure about that. Yeah, do you know what? It's I would say probably the hardest thing about the boutique was getting the stock right. Was getting something that was going to be affordable, that was going to be easy to wear, that was good quality. And
but also, I think what's hard when you're shopping is you're not shopping for you.
No,
you're shopping for what other people are like, which might not be what you
really hard. Really hard.
Yeah.
I mean, I have literally trawled around all of the exhibitions. Because obviously the first place you hit is Google, and you're typing in clothing wholesalers, and all that was coming up was all this cheap and nasty crap. And I'm not going to deny that I did have some, you know, a lot of sleepless nights over the boutique thinking, what am I going to put in it? And also, you know, I had a budget in which to buy my stock, and it is pretty scary. Like you say, you've got to get what people are going to want. And, you know, if I bought a load of stuff and no one bought it, that's pretty much the business folded from day one. But I was really, really lucky, really, really fortunate that I found some really, really, really good brands. And the stuff's just absolutely flown out. I just bought little bits of everything to see what would sell. And I'm starting to get a bit of a flow.
And that's what you have to do, isn't it? It's trial and error when you're starting off like that. And with any new stock, it's trial and error. I mean, again, from your social media, it's clear you've got a really good support network around you, notably your mum and Chris. Yeah. Hazel, isn't it?
My mum is absolutely amazing. I mean, I really, really, really couldn't do what I do without her. Every time I come to her with an idea, she's just like behind me 100%. She's been working in the boutique. You know, I have to pretty much force money into her hand. She just won't take anything. She also does all my wages as well, because I've got about 5 girls on the payroll. You know, and she's just amazing. And she's 68. I've dragged her out of retirement. She also helps with my horses, because I've got them as well. So yeah.
So that was my next question. So we've covered the 4 businesses.
Yeah.
You've got horses as well. How do you manage your time, Hannah?
Do you know what? The horses are a massive, massive, massive commitment, but I've always had them. And one thing that I will say is they are my escapism, 100%. Because when I'm actually riding them properly, like in the menage and training, I can't think about anything. You know, I mean, I've done running, I don't really like going to the gym personally. But I find that if ever I do exercise where it's on my own, I'm still thinking about work. Whereas when I'm with the horses, I can't think about anything else other than what I am doing, otherwise I'll fall off. I do feel a bit guilty that I don't spend enough time with them, but in all fairness, they're not bothered. They slot in my life. I pick them up, put them down, I ride them, I enjoy them. They cost me an arm and a leg, but they're worth it, 100%.
Yeah, and I mean, I know you're dedicated to them, because was it Kanga a couple of years ago had all of that back problem?
Yeah, major surgery, major
So you're
surgery.
going through that with an animal that you care deeply for. You're still running your businesses, still launching new businesses.
Yeah.
Where are you getting your energy? Is there a secret pill I should be taking?
No, I don't eat enough probably. Do you know what? I really don't know. I mean, a lot of people do say to me, Hannah, how do you manage it? I honestly don't know. I mean, I just love being busy. I love doing stuff. I never sit down. I honestly don't know the answer to that question, Claire, to be fair.
Does it help because Chris has got a similar mindset to you?
Maybe.
Yeah?
Maybe.
Is he as driven as you are?
He works exceptionally hard, Chris does. And, you know, he's very, very skilled at what he does. He'll probably kill me for saying this if he watches it. He can't quite cope with the stress probably as much. I mean, you know, with opening up the boutique, I was still running up here. I was still doing my clients. I don't really get stressed as such. I don't really see the point in it. You know, we did have a bit of a dilemma actually on the day of the launch, because we'd realised that we'd forgotten to order carrier bags, to obviously for people to buy stuff in. And it was just a bit of a miscommunication with one of the girls. And bless her, she was absolutely petrified to tell me in case I went mad. And I'm like, there's no point in getting mad. It's not going to, you know, have them delivered. I was just like, it's all right. We'll just go and buy some somewhere. We'll manage. We'll make do. And you know, there's no point in losing your head over stuff, because it doesn't help. And I think that's probably just something I probably learned as I've got older. Probably is just to just not sweat the small stuff. It'll just deal with it mainly.
That's amazing. I was going to say something else then. I've completely forgotten what it was. What is the hardest thing for you currently with everything? Like, is there one aspect of any of the businesses that you're thinking, shit, this is really tricky, this is harder than I thought it was going to be?
That's a good question, actually.
I know that you've had issues with staffing.
Yeah, I have the past year. So a year ago, 2 staff members left and took their entire client base. And because I was actually looking to take a bit more of a step back and sort of get one of them as manager. I'm the only one that really does the eyelashes here. So I literally work like 6 days a week. I put my shoulder to the wheel, kept the business going. You know what? It never affected my turnover, which I think is pretty amazing, really, to say that I had 2 pretty much full-time members leave.
Oh, she's gone. Has she gone for everybody else or just gone for me? I'm not sure. I'm just going to check the time. Hannah, come back. Can anybody else hear Hannah? I think she may have lost her signal. If you've got any questions for Hannah, because as you can see, she is quite a just pop them in the comments below. She's gone, look, she's gone. I'm going to approve her again. Bring Hannah, let's see. Gone, loving that too. I wonder if her battery died. I'll give it a couple more minutes. If she doesn't come back on, then she doesn't come back on. But she's incredible, isn't she? She's just amazing. She has 4 businesses, all of which are successful. Tipsy's still growing. The boutique is obviously very new, but it didn't. Your phone didn't die. I've just tried to approve you again. I'm approving you. I'm adding you. Oh, she got a phone call too. Or phone call Lou.
I'm back.
How rude. Don't they
I
know
had a
how
phone
important?
call. I was like, don't ring
So, yeah,
me.
we were talking about staffing, and that was a tricky thing. But you've
Yes.
overcome that. And I know that did that not worried you. It was just a minor blip in your journey, wasn't it?
I think it was. I think it's. You see, I am an extremely loyal person, and I think I suppose I expect everybody to be the same back, and I've probably
They're
learned
not.
some lessons there as well. No, unfortunately not, and I think that was probably the hardest thing, if I'm honest with you. I think I probably tried to take the emotion out of it. A very good friend of mine said to me a long, long time ago, because you can't get emotional. It's a business decision. You know, and I have got a new team now, but you know, that was tough because the salon is established. To get a whole new team in of girls, they came into the salon at that level, so they expected it all to be busy all the time, and I was just a bit like, you know, yeah, but you're still going to work for it. I do feel like I've got a good team now, touch wood. It's always going to have its blips, but generally they recognise my work ethic, and I like to think that they sort of can learn from that. And I have, you know, I took on a manager, Katie. I took her on in November last year, and she's been absolute godsend to me. She's just completely got my back, and she's the one that's really good on the social media as well, for Vanity Boutique, because she works in there in the mornings.
So what's your like long-term plan? You just mentioned you got a manager in, and that you
Yeah,
were planning on taking a step back from the rooms.
yeah.
Where do you see yourself in like 5 years' time
Oh gosh,
with the
probably still working 70 hours a week. Where do I see myself? Do you know what? I'm not really sure. I mean, my lease is up for renewal again on the Vanity Rooms this year. Obviously, I'll be renewing without a shadow of a doubt. The idea is to sort of invest a bit more time into Vanity Lash. That's the thing that I really think could potentially be life changing if I can get it off the ground.
financially?
Financially, yeah. I mean, the Vanity Rooms, you know, obviously I'm a self-sufficient, independent woman and have been for many, many years. And it's probably the one thing that I'm probably the most proud of. And that's because of the Vanity Rooms, really, and what I've built up here. The boutique, I didn't really have any preconceptions of it, really. I just wanted it to make itself pay. And again, I'm touching wood like 1-0 here, because it's actually exceeded my expectations. People are just absolutely loving it. And I've barely marketed it, really. Obviously, we had a successful launch. Obviously, my clients. But what's really interesting is that I've got new people coming into the boutique that I've never seen before. So it's not like, you know, it's not like,
It's not your friends coming in to see you
no,
and support you.
no. And there are like, and there's some people sort of on the Instagram on Vanity Boutique that, they're like regulars. I think there's 2 girls that have been in like twice a week since it opened, and they're buying loads of stuff because they love it. They literally love it, because we've tried to, you know, get something for everybody. But really, Vanity Lash is sort of, you know, really what I want to get my teeth stuck into. But it's very difficult when I'm sort of working on my bed. I'm looking at it now because I'm in my beauty room. You know, sort of 10 hours a day, 6 days a week with lash clients, and it's only going to get busier and busier. So I'm trying to find a lash technician at the moment. So if anybody's watching.
I saw you advertising for one the other day, and thought, I'm sure you've trained some up. Do none of those need to work?
No, well, I do, but I mean, you know, unfortunately, you know, with the beauty industry, and any of you that are out there that are in the beauty industry, you know that clients want you. And that's the tough thing, really. That's the tough thing. So where do I see myself in 5 years? Claire, I have no idea. I have no idea. Still working my arse off, probably with a couple of boutiques, maybe.
Do you think there would be a baby Hannah along the way somewhere, or the horse is enough for you?
No.
Oh, no, I haven't got time for a baby. No, not in the next 5 years.
No. I mean, I don't know. It's not really on the radar, to be fair.
No, which is fine, which is great.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they're great and everything, but they can scupper your plans when they come along at the wrong time.
I think I just know how much hard work they are. I think in a previous life I probably had 20. So as a result, I'm like not really too they're not really on my, you know, whether I change
No,
my mind. Women are having them older now, it's not a problem.
no.
We'll see.
So
We'll see what the future holds.
are you crazy enough to do a 5th business, or is 4 your limit?
No, 4's not the limit. Don't be daft.
You haven't got another one in the pipeline already, have you?
No, not really.
Not really. Something's been spoken about.
Well, one thing that I do know for sure is I would never open up a Vanity Rooms 2. That is one thing that I do know. I love my salon. You know, like I said, it's where it all began. But you know, you've got to have a right team to make it work. You've got to have the teamwork to make the dream work, and it's so true. I would probably open up more boutiques though.
Ooh, watch this space, ladies.
Because I think once you've got the formula right, I think you can, you know, replicate that easier.
The formula and the location. The location is important as well.
Yeah. I think once you've got that right, because I've sort of got my suppliers now, and you know, I'm so happy with them. I mean, like I said, I lost a lot of sleep. I've definitely gone grey with the stress of the boutique. That is definitely for sure. Many hours lying awake, 2-3 o'clock in the morning, thinking, "Am I doing that?" It's a massive commitment. Massive.
Of course it is. Any new business that you're going full on into and investing money into is a massive commitment. Of course it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
If the ladies of ABW could help you in any way, how would you want that help to be received or given to you? Sorry.
Well, as always, the support in ABW is always amazing. Anybody that's in the fashion business would be quite good, and also weddings for Tipsy. So anybody that's in the wedding biz for sure, that would
go into wedding fairs and all those kind of things.
Yeah, definitely. Because I would say that because with Tipsy, whilst see the great thing about Tipsy is that there's no financial commitment on it. It's all paid for. So if it doesn't go out, it's not like it's sitting there costing me money. Obviously, I would like to get it out a bit more. But it's just sort of breaking into the weddings. I think once you sort of get a few underway. So yes, if there's anybody out there that's weddings or
fashion-wise, there's Fazana,
yes,
and
I've been in contact with Fazana.
And Erica Horn has collabed with Fazana now, and I believe they're working together. But Erica does CAD for fashion.
Yes.
Yeah, and then there's lots of ladies who do wedding fairs.
Style. And I definitely think like the style consultancy and the colours are definitely up for doing sort of like an event, probably at the boutique, where somebody can come and I'll invite, you know, customers or to come and do the styling
and things like that.
Yeah, so you can see I'm doing the thing, look, mate.
Yeah. So I've had it done. I was sat right here when I had mine done because I was in front of the window. Yeah, that's a really good idea. And there's a few ladies in the group that offer that as well.
Yes. Yeah.
So put you in touch with them.
And so that's probably for the boutique, and Tipsy for the salon. Probably salon's pretty established, really. That sort of ticks along quite nicely. And then for Vanity Lash, sort of, I don't know if anybody knows any salons or spas or anybody that, you know, would be interested in sort of increasing the turnover with Vanity Lash. I don't really want to go down the mobile route with the franchising. I want it to sort of be established sort of in businesses. That's sort of where I want to go with the Vanity Lash franchising.
So you go into a spa, say, and train the people up to do it and use your...
Yeah, because I definitely learned from going to the trade shows and talking to all the thousands of people that, you know, that come up to the stand. Nobody was doing the number of eyelashes a week that I was doing, because I do anywhere between 60 and 80 lash infills a week. I mean, that is real. And, you know, even people that, because I had somebody come and do the crystal clear microdermabrasion demo, and she was obviously asking questions about the salon, and you know, I told her how many lashes I do, and she was like, "Are you kidding?" And I was like, "No." And I showed her my book. She was like, she goes, "I go to salons all over the country." She goes, "And I've not seen a salon that does the number of lashes." And I said, "Because I've got to prove a model." And that is when the idea came. And that was probably going to Excel last February with Vanity Lash. And I just thought, there's definitely a gap in the market. I can help people increase their turnover. I mean, lashes make up 50% of the turnover of this salon. And that's true.
That's
it's mental. It's mental. I remember, you know, someone saying to me when I was going to do the lash training course, "What do you really think that, you know, lashes are going to be the thing?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, pays the bills actually."
Watch this space.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, well, I think we've covered all bases, Hannah.
Okay.
And I bet you've not even had your tea, have you?
No.
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 You are actually going home.
I will be going home. Yeah, I do love it here. I love it in the salon. I love the boutique. I could actually just stay in here. If I had a shower, I'd probably just live in here, to be fair.
No, you must go home.
I know, I will do. Yeah.
Naughty. Right, thank you very much, Hannah.
Thank you, Claire.
I'm sorry about the beginning. I'm sorry we didn't get on to be live, but we've had a long time on here anyway, so it's all worked out for the best in the end.
Perfect. Well, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you, Claire.
I'll speak to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.